Hello? Mic check. Test, test, test. Oh, hey. Put this up a little. There you go, there you go. Oh, wait, this is still too loud. There you go. Hello, hi everybody, welcome in. Yes, this is gonna be my last stream. I will not be streaming the next 2 days. I'll probably stream on New Year's, but maybe it depends on if I get called in for work. But yeah, hi, hello. I hope everyone's doing well. This is the last stream of 2025. I'm not doing too much. Hi, Lamb Sauce. I see you. Autograph. Okay. I'm gonna find a way to make that a gacha so that one day, it'll give you like the 1 in 100 chance of like, all right, you win, you get the autograph. one day. I'll have to figure out how that works, but like, we'll see. But yeah. Aside from that, hi everybody. Hope everyone's doing well. I hope your end of year stuff is going great. Last stream, let's go. Hi Dart, welcome in. Yes, this is the last stream. It's gonna be a very short stream. There isn't too much I want to do. It's just I'm just here. Hello Skillichi, welcome in. Aside from that, it's just kind of like I want to go and like talk with you guys, you know. There's a lot of things I want to do. Oh, why'd you take my jacket? It's fucking cold, dude. But like there isn't too much from here. It's just I kind of want to do some things, and yeah. But aside from that, hi, how are your evenings going? I hope everyone's doing well. I want to hear. Please let me know, how has everything been? For me, I got called into work, and so I ended up going to work when I was gonna plan to work on my wigs today, and I was like, that's great. That's amazing, wonderful. I would love to go to work. So I ended up going to work. I'm getting called in. My boss already asked me before I left, can I come in tomorrow? So I am going to work tomorrow too. Albeit I'm gonna strictly make it a half shift. I let him know like I could come in, I hope clear stuff, but like the moment I'm done, I'm leaving. So that's kind of just it. But yeah, if I remember I had Deadlock, but yeah, I'm yet to play it. I actually have been on Deadlock a lot more. Not as much as you think. Like I don't actually play the game that much, but I've played like a few more games. I still only play like one character, but like I do play the game a lot. The game is very fun. I really love the game. I think Deadlock's really fun. I need to find more people to play with. That's the big thing, because I enjoy playing the game on my own, but it's not like League where I genuinely love the game. I think the game is cool. Does that mean I want to play it more? Not necessarily, no. It's kind of just like, oh, what do I'm messing with something in my hand. But it's kind of that. But yeah, it's just kind of like, I kind of thought about it. Like, it's been a year. It's been a year. For those in here that don't know, I cosplay. And I like traveling. So this year alone, I went through like 11 different events. Luckily, I think like three of them, maybe four. 3, maybe 4 of them are within the same area, right? So I don't have to go far. At most, it's like an hour drive. Some places have been a bit farther. So whether it's a 6-hour drive, a 12-hour drive, flying, it's there's been a few things. So like, if I were to, like, what is here? Let me remove this. Okay. So I'm gonna open this up. Boom. Okay, cool. I'm gonna do this. Watch this. Like, so you see that? Boom. See that? Amazing, wonderful. Look at that big So for like let me figure out, because actually there's been a few things I went through, and I can actually type it out over here. So if I go over here and I boom and boom. All right, so what did I go to this year, right? I went to ALA, which is Anime Los Angeles. I went to that's what I went to. Hiya, dude. So I went to ALA. That was a lot of fun. albeit I think it was the first time I kind of went to a event on my own where I wasn't really with any friends. I just kind of just, you know, raw dogged it and just kind of went to enjoy. That was a cosplay for a cosplay event, right? Cosplay. Next, I went to, oh, well, I need to make sure this is smaller. How do I make this smaller? Select font. Size. Oh. 28. That is too tiny. All right. 72? 72. We're doing that. So ALA. I went to Katsucon. Another cosplay event. This one, I flew. So, flew. Okay. So I flew to ALA, which was, it's not exactly far, but I flew in game mode, so I'll be slow. No worries. Please, I hope you're doing well in your game skill issue. But there's that. I went to Katsucon, which I also flew. After that, I took a pretty big, like, relaxing, but it wasn't relaxing because I was finishing up stuff. From there, what? Fanime. Right. And luckily, Fanime, that one's local. I think most people know I am indeed like Cali based. I am simply NorCal. That is because I do that for esports. I think it's in my actual like bio on Twitter. So that one's very obvious. There's Fanime, local. After that, was it off? No, I went to CEO, and that was. Let me change that. Cosplay and local. CEO, which was FGC, and I flew. there. Then it was what? It was Off Kai Expo, no? Yeah. Then it was Off Kai. Not really cosplay. That's just kind of Lamau. That one also is local. After that, what did I do from there? That was in July. Oh my god, July I went to... July was EVO. EVO was in July this year. Right. EVO. FGC. Drove. I definitely did drive to EVO. That was every year. It's always every year because it's easier. It's easier to drive to EVO than to fly. But there's EVO, and then what else did I do? There was technically the NorCal Arcadian. That was Smash, but I didn't really compete in it. I just kind of went there to enjoy with everyone. Local. That was a local event. Like I think that was really fun, but like would I do it again? Probably not. Probably wouldn't. Let me put it here. There we go. Yeah. Okay. So there was that. Oh. After the Arcadian, I think it was Pokemon Worlds. That one was esports. I flew again. Yeah, that when Pokemon Worlds happened. After that, it wasn't really. I didn't really travel to the event. But like, I guess an event was technically what? I'm like trying to figure out because technically I did go a bit further down. Oh wait, Ren Fair. Right then, there was Ren Fair. I drove. Cosplay. Drove. That one I drove. That was a very interesting time. And what? How much is it? How many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That was 9 events. Okay, so I went to like 10 events then. And then there was in Pasadena, which was another cosplay. And this one was a drove as well. So all in all, I went through what? 10 different events without kind of like realizing I went through that. Where's teleport at? More efficient? What do you mean? Teleport? Hold on. I put it I have to look. I have to look back and see. Give me a second. Yeah. So oh, that's what I forgot. That's right. So before all of this, right? So not even then. Was it? It was. Even before the Arcadian, right? After Evo, Auto Concert. I actually went to a concert this year. It was really fun. That one is local. that was also local. But yeah. So what? I went through like 11. Yeah, 11 total events this year. So there was that. Because I remember I was 9 and then I had that, yeah, Ren Fair and then Pokemon Worlds. Yeah, I played Ren Fair and Pasadena. So all in all, like this. So if I look back, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Wait, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 11 events this year. And this is just simply the events I went to. This wasn't including everything that happened this year. Like, it was just, it's a lot of me moving out my house, which is not normal. I'll let you guys know this is like the most non-normal thing I've done. Because for Labsauce can attest. I am very homebody. I do not like leaving. I like staying home. I like not going out. I like not touching grass. I like being in my house doing absolutely fuck all nothing and only leaving if I have to go to work. It's real. I am one of those people. I don't like going at my house. I don't like interacting with people. I like going home. I like staying home. I like sitting at home. I like eating food at home. I like cooking at home. I don't like going out. I have like the battery capacity to go out, right? Like, so I'll go with friends. From time to time, I'll end up having to do things and I'll be with friends and I'll be like, oh yeah, cool, right? I'll do all that kind of thing. But like, do I want to? Not necessarily. Like, I think Saturday, I was supposed to do this stream on Saturday as my final stream. And then I ended up right after work. My friends were like, oh, we're gonna go do computer part things. I'm like, oh, okay. So I joined them. And then I realized how drained I was, and I was like, "Oh, I want to go home now." I think there was a point where I think they were shopping because we went to a mall, a local mall after, and while they were shopping, I literally found a corner in the mall, sat there, and just sat there. My phone was in front of me, but my phone was off. I just sat there, and I was like, "Yeah, okay." So it's a lot of like, I don't do this often, so it's kind of weird that I went through like so much. I love social batteries and how fickle they are. They exist. I am not one. For anyone that kind of sees me online, it's because like I love yapping through a screen. If people realize how I text and stuff, like I absolutely will adore talking to you via a screen the entire time. I can chat with someone through messages considerably longer than if I were to see them in person. Obviously, I think there's some things I do prefer saying in person, like if I'm talking with someone about like plans or something, or I'm working on some like event stuff and everything, I absolutely would love chatting in person. It's why I actually do prefer calling my friends over texting them. If I have their number, I'm gonna call them. They're gonna ask me why I'm calling them, and I'm gonna tell them for like some like really stupid thing, and they're gonna look at me and be like, "You didn't just call me, so you could just ask me one stupid fucking question that you could have texted." I'm like, "Yeah." But like in regards to like, you know, people that are farther away, like say my East Coast friends, people that the family I had that live in the Philippines or live in Japan, right? I'll text them a lot more. I won't actually like call them or message them because, you know, kind of time zones are a bit different to deal with, so it's like, yeah. But I mean, aside from that, it's like it's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of like stuff that happens, but like this year alone, I think I did way too much. I think looking at it, that's so much fucking events. Cause I think what next year, right? If I this is this is all I'm doing this year. If I make a new, right? Boom. And I'm gonna do this, right? So, oh, save. Okay. So if I go to here, right, and I do this, and I do go up, boom, 2025 events, right? That boom, 2025 events, right? And I'll make it smaller. So this is that's 2025 right there. That's all the events I did in 2025. If I make a new one, right? 2026 planned events, right? And I'm gonna change the font to 72. Boom. Okay, cool. Right? And I move this down. Right? This is the 2026 planned events. Yeah? You see it? You see it? Everyone knows? Right? If I go and I look at the edit thing in here, right? And I go, what are my planned events? So I'm already going to ALA next year. This year was kind of like interesting because I went on my own. I solo boloed it, and I kind of just like stuck around with some people I knew, but I wasn't really with friends all too much. I had one friend, and she was the one that helped me like get the hoteling and everything. Absolute dear, like please like show her your support. She is doing some funny things, but like, what's it called? I really didn't. I felt weird being there without like a lot of people a lot of my local like cosplay friends, you know. I kind of was just there enjoying the event, but I was kind of like tired, like extremely tired. I'm gonna try again this year, and this year is a little different because I technically am solo bowling it again, right? I'm going on my own, but I have a lot of other friends that are also going that plan things with me, and I have a friend who currently resides near the area, and he's also joining me. So it's like I'm gonna have a lot more fun. I hope, you know, I hope I have a lot more fun this time. I'm gonna try it. If it doesn't work out, unfortunately, this will be like the last year. This is the last year to go to ALA. But like, if I do have fun, I hope I can try to go out more and like, you know, see SoCal friends and do things like that. So it's kind of like it's like that kind of thing, you know. So that's first one. Next one, obviously, I think everyone knows Evo. I am a avid Evo apologist. I love Evo. I genuinely love Evo. So fun fact, my first Evo event that I've ever really attended, right? That I've attended with the intent to kind of enjoy the entire event was 2019, right? Okay. So I'm painting a picture, right? 2019, I enter Evo, and I was there for, funny enough, for Smash. I think back then I was very much in love with Smash Ultimate. I genuinely loved the game. I was so happy Inkling was a character. I played the game a lot. I competed in my local scene a lot. And I think during that time, I was slowly learning how to run events too, right? So I was doing a lot during 2019 Evo, and it was a lot of fun. And what's it called? After I went there, I also met a lot of my friends who played Marvel. I did play in a lot of the side events. So to paint the bigger picture, right? I entered for Smash, which was one of the main games, right? And there was there was a thing called Anime Evo or Anime Evo. I think let me type it out. Hold up. Anime Evo. Evo. There we go. That's how it was spelled. So Anime Evo, and it hosted essentially whatever old fighting game you could think of, right? It's like niche fighting game, the Gundam fighting game, Dead or Alive, Soul Calibur, specifically the one on the GameCube with Link, right? A lot of the time back then, that was the place where if it wasn't in the main lineup, that was what you would do. You would play there. And aside from Smash, obviously, like that was the main game I entered to Smash. Back then, I wasn't playing Tekken 7 all too much, but like yeah, it was that, and I ended up competing in like several side events. Dengeki Bunko Fighting Climax. I was in Skullgirls. I played BlazBlue Central Fiction. I played BlazBlue Chrono Phantasma, the one that was before Central Fiction. I played in that one. And it was a lot of fun. I actually, so funny enough, I didn't make it out. Obviously, I didn't make it out of polls in any of them, but I think, was it? No, it was 20. Okay, so 2019, right? I didn't make it out of polls in any of them. I kind of sucked at fighting games. I still do. I'm still your local Otsuer who happens to sometimes top 24 Evo. But like, that's just like if I get lucky, you know. On a lucky day, I top 24. On a normal day, I go 0-2. It's a very finicky thing. But like, there was that. And then, you know, COVID happened. So Evo, obviously the online Evo, there was Skullgirls and stuff. I actually tried to play for Skullgirls on the online. Top 8 and Fighting Animals. That's actually sick. I love that. But I also tried for Skullgirls, but I just I think unfortunately I didn't have the drive. Also, there was a lot of other issues I had, but I didn't have the drive to play online Evo, so I kind of let that be. I think when Evo came back in 2022, right? Evo came back in 2022, so that was when I guess COVID was still a thing. I guess it still is now, but COVID was still a thing. It was still kind of big, but like, you know, obviously the events are coming back, all that stuff, right? And so I ended up going to Evo during that year, 2022. That was the year when Skullgirls. Yeah, that was the year when they had Skullgirls in the main lineup. So 2022 came in, and when I went to Evo, I ended up playing in, I think it was Tekken, Granblue, and Skullgirls. That was it. It was also the first year I opted in to maybe, you know, learn volunteer at Evo. So obviously that's what I did. And obviously I had my background in Smash. I helped out with a lot of regionals for Smash. I helped out with Genesis very much so in Smash as well. Working Genesis 7, Genesis 8, and then being a staff for Genesis 9. It was a lot of fun. So I had you know, I had the stuff for that. I also helped out volunteer at a lot of like other majors for Smash at the time, because I was still doing that. I was helping run my college scene. I helped both the online scene, and back when it was offline, I was getting into leading the offline scene with my friend Vega. So there was that, but like Evo was the first time I ever, like, you know, it said volunteer, so I was like, you know what, I want to learn more into this because this looks like a fun thing to do. And I learned that volunteering in a fighting game event means you get paid still, which threw me off, right? Because they even made us have they made sure we had like, hey, make sure your taxes and everything good, because it actually was like enough to be like, yeah, you need to file for, you could use this as like for filing for taxes and shit. And I'm like, oh, what? So along with like me competing in a bunch of fighting games, I also did that, and it surprised me that I got money back from like doing that. Essentially I went to EVO for free doing that. So it was really cool. Oh no, was it? No, I did not go. No, I did not go to EVO free. Kinda. I kinda did. Yeah, I kinda did, because I kinda had like, I'm very unique. I have a very unique case. But aside from that, right? I ended up doing that. I also then Anime Evo changed to like Vortex Gaming, and I think it was really funny because that was the first year I actually top 8'd an event. DFCI, albeit very small, right? It was a very small event because it was like 30 something people. I ended up getting 7th, despite forgetting how to play the game. And so if we go to the VOD, you're gonna see me just kind of mash buttons, and like genuinely I forgot how to play the game, and I ended up I got 7th because I remembered one button, and I was like, yo, watch this, I want to be the one button master. And I remember I was playing with some people who played the game religiously, and they're like really good at combos and stuff, and I played with them a lot. And the more I played, the more I was like remembering how to do my combos and everything. So I started playing with them. Now, and I think my favorite thing is when you play with someone and you both don't have, you're not locked in, right? You're just talking while playing. You're like, I guess you're locked in. You're like focused and you're playing and you're competing, but at the same time you're kind of just talking with the person. You're like, oh yo, I just want to see this cool thing. So I ended up, while I was playing with someone and she was like really cool, and we were talking. As you were talking, I was like, yeah, I forgot how to play the game, and she was like, how'd you make it this far? I'm like, I found the button. And so the game started, and I was like, "What? Yo, watch this!" And I press like there's like a button that goes for like an overhead into a launcher, because it's like a crumple button essentially. It's meant to like help with the combo stuff and everything. And trust me on this. It's not a strong button. You actually get really punished for this because it's so negative on block. But because people don't realize how I was playing, I just kind of pressed it and like, yo, watch this, and they get hit by the armored hit, and I'm like, yo, I'm the coolest. It was a lot of fun. But there was that. Then there's 2023 Evo. That was the year Marvel came back. I also went CEO during that time, so I was heavily like, I love Marvel. I like playing Marvel. And I ended up, what's it called? I ended up losing in my pool. I think that was the year I actually was like really focused. I wanted to win and I wanted to do really well, and I felt really bad because I ended up, so I had to face off against, so my team, right? If everyone that watches me, sorry, my eyes itchy. If everyone that knows how I play like fighting games, then they'll watch me and they'll see what I play, and it's like, what's it called? I play Hulk May Cry. People will know, the knowers will know that I struggle with zoners. I'm not the best against zoners. Zoners actually are like one of the roughest matchups for me, and it just sucked because I think that was the year I ended up losing to 2 zoners. One of them was really good, shout out Cosmos, great player. He's just more Doom is evil, and then I lost to another zoner who used Morrigan Doom Sentinel, and it was just, I having to face like zoners was so, it hurt. It really hurt. And so I just hope that like next time I can do well, but like Marvel 3 is never coming back as a main game, unfortunately. It just won't. Unfortunately, the game is so old and it had its time that like people will not bring it back. Unfortunately, it just won't happen. If it does, you'll hear it from me real fast. But if it, like there's no chance. Then there was 2024. I think 2024 was I think that's the last time I actually like competed in the main game, because there was still a lot of games I wanted to play, but I didn't really like playing in a lot of them. I played Tekken, I played Grand Blue, but I think in 2024 I was more like I was slowly like losing the competitiveness of me. Like I think I'm still competitive, but like it was that. And 2020 this year, 25 Evo this year, I think this was the first year I actually went to Evo without competing. This is the first year where I didn't compete in the main game. I didn't compete in the side game. I technically did. I guess Marvel, I competed in Marvel. There's like a side bracket for Marvel on Sunday finals. And it was really funny because I was like, you know what? I'll play Marvel. Sure, it's Sunday. I'm not doing anything. So I ended up playing that, and like it was cool. Unfortunately, that was it. There was nothing there. Like, that was all I did was the Sunday finals. Even then, I didn't do too much. So yeah, and I guess like the planned events this year, like this coming year, 2026 Evo, I'm hoping I can do something specifically at Evo that you guys will find out if it happens. I will not say, but this will be the official first year where like I will go to Evo without the intent to play. I think that's the big thing. I'm going to Evo without the intent to compete in a fighting game, which is going to be so interesting because I've never done that. I think in every event I've gone to, I've gone with the intent to compete. This might be the first time that I'm going to an event and I don't really want to compete. I want to go say hi to friends. I want to go enjoy my time there. I don't want to, do competition, which is weird because I compete in TNS weekly so much and everything. You guys see me compete. This year you guys got to watch me play in Marvel Rival tournaments, and a lot of Marvel 3, even in Skullgirls tournament, right? And it's just, it was odd, but you know, it happens, and I think that's like the big thing is that this is the year I just kind of want to like relax. I think I want to do too much, so, but that's like the evil thing. The other planned event, Offkai. Hi, if you are a VTuber and you like VTubing stuff, I always recommend go to Offkai. Offkai is really cool. I think it's really fun. Unfortunately, people stink because that is unfortunately the VTuber fan base. A lot of people smell. They smell. They don't know what showers are. They have never touched a faucet in their life. Like they are the witch that burns underwater when hit by water. Like it's bad. It's very bad. Very musty. Musky? Shit. it's really bad. But like it's weird, but it's I genuinely love the event. I love seeing all my VTuber friends pop in there, and they're like people that like, you know, fly down to like, you know, a VTuber exclusive event. It's an event by VTubers for VTubers, you know? And it's really cool. I think if people do go, I hope to see them there because I will be there obviously. I may not be there all 3 days this year though, because I might be working on a Friday. On the Friday it starts, so I might be there for the Saturday and Sunday. I'll probably be there. But aside from that, like it's kind of like you know, that is the end of Offkai. That is like how Offkai is. I just do that. And yeah, there's that. And then the last event, I actually have only 4 events. And the last event, Otakon. Otakon, also known as OtakuCon, is an event further up in the east section. People know I am West Coast time. I live off PST. Otakon is EST, which is Eastern Standard Time. So I'm moving essentially from coast to coast, from within the U.S. obviously. Like yeah, I'm moving from coast to coast, and that will be the actual 4 events. So if we like look back, right? If I look at this list, right, 2025 right over here, and I look at this list, right, 2026, like you could see there's a clear drop in like what I want to do, which I feel like this should explain how much I did this year, how much traveling I did this year, and how much it's so out of like the norm for me to do all this. I did not plan half of these things. I didn't plan. I didn't plan to go to Fanime. I didn't plan to go to the Auto concert. I definitely didn't plan to go to Offkai again. And like Ren Fair and Anime Pasadena, those weren't even on my list to begin with. That happened because I had to go celebrate people's birthdays. That was it. So it's like the two differences here are very, very much different, but it's like it's crazy, right? Like saying everything. But yeah, it's a lot. Dude, it's so I'll let you know right now, it is cold. My parents are talking about it and they're like, yeah, it's cold. I'm like, yeah, it's definitely cold. I agree. But like aside from there, the events are very but like it's cool. Okay. So, but like with all that in mind, like yeah, I'm going to less events, but the events here don't even stack how much I did this year, right? Like obviously, like you could say, oh wow, you went to 11 events, wow. Some of them were a day events. I think the NorCal Agating and the Auto concert were the only 2 day events, like one day. Everything else was like a weekend or so, and it was a lot. It was a lot. But like, say if I go back, right? If I turn these off, boom, right? And I open this up. Oh, whoa. Save. And I close this, right? And like events this year, right? Things like that. I go over here, boom, events this year, right? What did I do this year? I debuted a fucking model. Yippee, like I think this alone, where is it? This alone right here, this alone I feel like that explains enough. Like, I debuted a model this year. Like, if I go back, right? Hold on. Watch this. If I go back to my old model, right? If I remember, do I remember? This one here. So if I go back, right? And we look, like, this was the old model. This was my old model right here. Yeah, you see it? This was what I had for essentially almost the entire year. I had this for 9 months. And now, if I go back, right? Hi, you see? Let me go zoom back out, and then let me, like, now I am, what? I now have a proper model. This is essentially what, like, the model is. Boom, and then I zoom in a little more. Right? This is my model. This is what the model is. Like, look at that. It's crazy how much has changed within the year, right? Like, I'll let you guys know right now, I didn't intend to become a VTuber. This was not ever in the plans. This was back then, right? Obviously, I think the people that watch me now are very different than the people that watched me back then. Because back then, the people that were my regulars back then are not the same people now. Because obviously, and I don't worry about it, because obviously things change. People don't watch streams as much. I think a lot of people don't, like, leave the house more often, so it makes a lot of sense, you know, though a lot of, like, things for stream have been dying down. I think obviously, like, you have your Kaisen Nets, you have your Pokemains, you have your DSG Toast, right? And like those kind of streamers that are really big and will always stay big. But I think for, like, a lot of other streamers, yeah, obviously the VTubing sphere has blown up and stuff, but, like, people don't watch as much anymore. That's just it. It's people do not watch as much. You don't see people getting insane numbers anymore, because we're at a point now, you know, it's not necessarily back to normalcy, but a lot of people no longer have, like, nothing to do. People leave the house, people go to work, people do a lot of things. We're no longer in a time where, you know, where everyone's kind of locked in. VTubers are blowing up left and right because everyone was like, no one's leaving the house and stuff. So it's kind of like that kind of thing. And that I also believe that the people that watch me now are definitely different from the people that watched me back then. People back then, when they watched me, some of them were my friends, yeah, but a lot of them were people that, you know, had nothing to do. They didn't leave the house, so all they could do was watch. And because they knew who I was, they just kind of watched. Hello, Len, how are you? Oh my gosh, I haven't seen you in a billion years. How have you been? But I got this. Watch this. Boom. I'm the greatest mod of all time. I am my own mod. But how are you? I hope you're doing well. I'm just going over this year, and, like, the things I did, like I did a lot this year, and I feel like that's a big thing. And it's just things are out. No worries. But, like, there's a lot that's happened. I'm just kind of, like, going over everything. I don't plan for this to even be a long stream. This is just like I want to yap. I want to yap and talk about it and enjoy. If anyone that wants to go, he's proud of my achievement, dude. I have one achievement, and it's my debut. That is it. This is my model is my achievement. That's all it is. But, like, if let me show you. Like, if I go back, right? This is not this. Did I remove it all? How do I go back? Paste. Oh, wait, no, that's not it. Okay, that's not it. Okay. Damn, I can't show you. But, like, it was like 11 events I went to this year. Which is so much more different, because I don't think, like, if I go back, this is my planned events for next year, and it's 4. And I went to, like, 11. Another achievement should be slaying those cosplays. Speaking of cosplays, okay. This, let me go set this up, right? I gotta go into studio mode, because I gotta copy, make sure that the background music stays. Alright, if I I'm gonna go put it here. There we go. Okay. Okay. So I don't need to change it yet. But. So essentially, right? I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna go pop in here, right? Ignore the loud noises. Let me go and let me go and open up a brand new thing, right? We'll do this, and then I got to find a way to cover specifically a lot of things, right? There we go. Okay. If I click it, does it show? Oh, it does show my... Okay, so what happens here? You guys, you get the... Anyone that's here gets to see the coolest preview of my actual... What's it called? You get to see the coolest preview of my super secret. This account is not anywhere related to my tweet streams and stuff. You cannot find this account, and which means I will not be clicking on any posts. But you guys can see, boom. All right, so move down. So starting from like here, right? So here, I don't know if you guys can see it, but like essentially this is my account. This is my cosplay page. This is what I do. Starting, obviously right here. This is, you guys see my face. Yippee! Congratulations. Obviously that's me over here. This is the end of the year. This is my Christmas one. I will not click on it because my account will be shown. But from here all the way to here, right? These are all this year. So with the cosplays I've done, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 different cosplays. I think 10. I think it might have been 10 actually. But like that's everything I did. Like if I were to, let me close this. Let me click on here. And let me see if I can go and edit this so I can scale. Can I find, like, can I do one? I can't find one without, damn it, okay. But, like, that is essentially, like, all the cosplays I did. I went through, like, 11 different cosplays. A lot of them I don't post on Twitter as much, because, I kind of forget, and most of them I do have to, like, take out my face, you know? I think with the VTubing scene especially, like, a lot of people... Obviously, my face isn't public knowledge, right? I go on Twitter. I work in esports, along with whatever my 9 to 5 is. I work in esports, and esports, my face and my name is public knowledge. Most people know my name. Most people know my face. So, when it comes to that, like, sense, like, obviously, it's a lot of that, and there's a lot. There is definitely a lot, but. Like, cosplay-wise, like, I think I've been doing really well. I actually have 2 new cosplays coming that are in. I'm currently working on, and one of them is Uma Musume Gold Ship, and another one is Zenless Zone Zero Alice. I'll be working on those 2. Unfortunately, my Alice one, there are some parts that are missing, because some things didn't come in time, so I will be not doing a photo shoot until after ALA, once the parts come in. And for... Gold Ship, I have everything technically, so all I'm waiting for, I think I get there's like a tail where I'm essentially makeshifting a wig into a tail so that my Gold Ship can have a really like long tail. That's all I'm doing, and like nothing else. But like aside from that, it's crazy how much I have to do and how much extra stuff, but like it's cool. I don't mind it too much. I think I have a lot of fun doing things, so it's like yippee, you know? But yeah, like the cosplay stuff, like I think in that way, this is the first year I ever did a photo shoot for my cosplays. Last year I didn't really do any photo shoots. Let me just look and see, because I can pull it up on my phone to double check here. Yeah, last year I didn't really do any photo shoots. Last year I was kind of like, you know, enjoying my time. I did some cosplays here and there. It was kind of cool. But I didn't do too much. I just kind of like let it be. I never actually did a official shoot. This year is the first year I've did official shoots, and so like the pictures you saw, some of them were actually like shoots that happened. I actually had paid and I did a lot of work there. So like what I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like 6 shoots this year, which meant I had to go in cosplay out to do things, and I had to do a lot of stuff 6 times, which is, it's a lot. Do I think it's fun? Yes. Will I do it again? I don't even like leaving my house. Like, I don't even like leave my house, dude. And I have to do this. Like, man, it's a lot of work. Being a content creator is a lot of work. Man, I gotta do a lot of things. I'm joking. But like, it's fun. I think it's really cool. At the end of the day, it's like, it's kind of like, you know, enjoying and doing stuff. I just get to, you know, have a lot of fun, do things, and yeah. But like, there's an I have like so much things I have to do. It's crazy, but it's okay. I think I had a lot of fun. I think oh so I remember what I really want to talk about. I think the most fun I've had this year is specifically the types of games I've streamed. So we all know Marvel Rivals came out, right? And for those that are avid watchers of my stream, understands how much I love that game and how much I've played that game. I genuinely love that game. I, off the bottom of my heart, despite me getting mad every so often playing the game and everything, I genuinely love Marvel Rivals. It's the same kind of attachment I have like with League. League is a bad game. Marvel Rivals is a good game. League is a very bad game. And I still play it because I genuinely have fun playing the game. Marvel Rivals is like the exact same thing, but instead it's actually a good game, you know? Like, it's actually really fun, and it's actually a game that tries to give you stuff, you know, to enjoy. So, having Marvel Rivals come out has been probably one of the most like enjoyable times for me, because it's like, I think it's been a while since I've had a game where I am so addicted to the game that it's like one of the only things I play in my spare time. I've been trying to like play a lot of other games, but like every time I'm just like, you know, I want to play Marvel Rivals. So like, there's that. I also think that Marvel Rivals is really cool because like, it's one of the few things that I end up playing a lot that got me to make so many other friends in the VTubing sphere without realizing how many like people I've met and I talk to now normally because of how Marvel Rivals is, like, right? Like, I think there were some people I talked to like obviously like beforehand, but like I only talked with them because they were friends of my friends and I didn't really do much. Or like, you know, people I would like raid out and then talk to very casually, but like not really like do anything. Like, I think being able to kind of like actually like do things with people. My first team with Bot, Fade, Rikazon, Radish, and DJ. At the end of the day, I don't think I would have ever met any of them had not been for our levels. Because I knew Bot, but like me and Bot weren't really talking. It was just kind of like, I think it was one of the days where I think I was raiding out and I raided into Bot because she was playing like the similar game as me, which is cool and all, right? And we got to chat a bit. We talked a bit about like games we play and stuff, and it was cool. But like we never really did much because like, you know, at the end of the day, I feel like that's the thing of VTubing is like, unfortunately there's just too many people. Like you could go and you could chat to like a lot of people. You could do all that. But at the end of the day, obviously, you're gonna make your friends, and I think you're gonna have a circle of like people that you're gonna kind of like stick around for a minute and like talk with them usually. But like with the Marvel Rise event, I talked with Bot more because I was like, hey Bot, are you making a team? Because I really wanted to do a team and I didn't know how to make a team, so I reached out to, you know, people who were also interested that I knew, and I was like, oh, she's interested, I'm interested. Yo, are you down to like team up and stuff? And she was like, oh yeah, of course. And through there, I got to meet my first team, which I still enjoy talking with them to this day. Like, they're all really cool people, and like they all stream. They're all VTubers. Rika became a VTuber this year. It's really cool. You guys should watch them. Like, you absolutely should. But like aside from that, like The second team,
It all gets done.
I apologize for any sound that happens. I think they're just talking about stuff. That's it. My parents are doing things. I'm back with the breakfast sandwich. Welcome back. How is the breakfast sandwich? I hope it's well. I'm just talking about Marvel Rivals right now because like this is I'm talking about games I've played this year and Marvel Rivals being like one of the biggest ones, right? And I'm talking about like how the tournaments and everything. But like yeah, with the second team, I think I got to talk more to Kaide. Through Kaide I got to like meet a lot of other friends and stuff that are Kaide's friends that are obviously very different time zones. Kaide is Europe. I am not Europe. Time zones there very different, just slight difference in the hours. When it's AM for me, it may be PM. When it's PM, it may be AM. Like it's like that kind of like different hours. But like there's that. Then there was the third team I end up playing with. I'm trying to remember exactly the teams I played with, and I'm like, who did I play with? What was the third team I played with? Oh my god. I don't remember. I think did I play in 4 events or 3 events? I thought it was 4. I'm trying like so hard to remember. Wait, I can look this up. Watch this. So I will go onto my Twitter right now. Well, actually, I can just open up my boom, and then I open up boom. I open up my pictures because I look at my thumbnails that I make. That I joke around. I joke around and make really crappy thumbnails, and I think it's really fun to do that. Like there is. Where is it? Because I made. Okay, that one was VTuber Rivals, the first one. And then there was the second one that I made. Yeah, and then there was the third one. Oh my gosh, do I not remember? Did I forget which one I made? Am I the bad person? Maybe. Is it this one? Okay, no, so I guess it was 3 teams I played with. But like yeah, the third team, which is what Tori's I remember a VTuber team. There were the few. Like if I pull it up right, let me actually let me actually go to images and then oh, that's the wrong one. Let's not mess with that image. Let me delete that. Boom. Let me delete that. Boom. And then let me open up a image. Image, right? Boom, right? And then we're gonna go here. Like, obviously, we have... Let me move this over to here. To here. There we go. So we have which one? We have this first one here. We have this one. I'm gonna put this behind me. Not wrong there. Where like we have this one here. I'm gonna move me to the side actually, so you guys can see what I'm talking about. Where's me? Right here. Boom. I'm gonna move me over here. Does that look good for you guys? Like, can you guys see that? Like, so like this is the first team, obviously. So if you guys remember that one, that was in February. That was the first team I played with. Bunch of terrible teammates. Some of the greatest I've ever played with. I think we were the coolest team in the world. I still love them. I know. Unfortunately, not all of us play Marvel Rivals anymore, which is honestly fair. I think the game. We're at a point now where like the game is no longer like that crazy. Not everybody is invested in playing in that game and stuff. So like, it makes a lot of sense, right? And then I had another one over here, which I have to go and make another. I have to open up another one. Image, boom, and then there was another. There were 4 teams. Yeah, there was a 4 team. I don't think I made a thumbnail for the next team after because I was playing on with someone on their stream. I wasn't playing. Then you have this one here, right? Let me move this one to here. Let me make this one a little smaller. And then boom, you have the next team I played with, which is with Kaide. I was a supporting cast, and it was really fun playing that. I actually enjoyed it a lot. I thought it was a lot of fun. I don't think I made a thumbnail for the next team I was with, because I wasn't streaming my POV. I was playing with them. I wasn't actually streaming my POV with them. So that was like I think that's the reason I didn't make it. Because at that point it was them that were doing that. It wasn't me. If I were to go and figure it out, I think it was on Twitter. If I look on Twitter, right, I think if I go to my account, I could find out which one it was again. But charity. Let me see if I could find. No. Marvel Rivals. Yeah, because I don't think I had a picture for them again. But like, yeah. Yeah, I don't think I made one, because I think it was just Fins that was doing it. Yeah, I don't think there was one, so unfortunately that's it. But there was another one I played with where I played for a charity event with Finzap. I think dude, I can't read it because I am stupid. So when I played with them, I was like, shoot, what was it again? And every time I forget, I'm just like, oh yeah, huh. But is it Fins? Yeah, with Finzap, yeah. So there was that. I played with Fins for the old Marvel Rivals clip and Marvel Rivals team, and it was a lot of fun. And I enjoyed it a lot. I had a lot of fun playing with them, and hopefully I could play with them again next time. It was really cool. I think that was during like season 2, where I wasn't really playing too much, but I did try. After that, obviously, I think the most recent one that people know is gonna be this one, which was the most recent VTuber Rivals tournament I did. That was really cool because that one was with Vax. That was the one everyone has recognized Vax. Am I dumb? I completely missed one of the teams. No, you joined after. So you joined. I think you joined. I don't remember when you started watching me, but you definitely were here after certain teams. Like this was the most recent one, right? VTuber Rivals 3, where I had it with Tori's team. And this was like the big one here. So there was Tori's team that was here. Oh, that's too far. Image 6, image 7 down here. Boom. Okay. But like, yeah. Who is Vax? VAQS. VAQS. Vax. That's with Vax there. This was the most recent team I played with. Team unsponsored. Because we had, I think it was, we had a bunch of terrible teammates. Then we had Team 19 Inches of Groot, or 19 IOG. I think the team that is not pictured is with like goblins. I don't remember what it was exactly. I have to look it up. Let me see. Actually, I can pull it up here. Hold up. Watch this. If I go onto StarTG, all right, and I load up the recent tournaments, I'll find him. You recognize the VTuber Rivals 3? Yeah, that was the most recent one. That's the one that a lot of people that watch now. 19 inches of what? You heard me. 19 inches of Groot. Because the Kaide's old team was called 19 Inches of Venom. So when they made the new team, it was 19 Inches of Groot. And it was kind of funny, I'm not gonna lie. It was like the bro, is it Rue he wants to show us? No, hold on. Calm down there. Let me see if I could find it. Tournaments, and I think if I look for the game. No. If I look for the game and I go up to Marvel Rival. Hello? StarTG? StarTG is crashing on me. Marvel Rivals, there it is. If I go to here, The charity tournament. There it is. Who did I play with? I played with team. What was it? GG No Damage. There we go. That was the team I played with. So it was first team was a bunch of terrible teammates. And then I played with 19 Inches of Groot, and then I played with Finns' team, which was GG No Damage. That time I wasn't streaming. I was just kind of just streamed for fun, and it was like, yeah, another tournament. You know, I hope you guys have fun watching that, and that was kind of just it. When was it? It was on the 24th. That was in May. So it was like February and then April. No, February and then March and then May. And that was when I ended up playing, and you could tell like I ended up not playing too much because like the next tournament I played in was November. So there was like a big like gap into where I played. I also didn't play a lot during season 3. I actually skipped out on season 3. I played a bit and then I didn't really touch the game then. Season 4 I came back and it was a lot of fun. I still like it, but like it wasn't too crazy. Let me see if I could find out if I did stream it. I don't think I did. But if I did, I could look and see because I like having. I'm gonna look back and see. So it was May, right? It was May. Did I stream that? I did not. Okay, yeah. So I did not stream during that time. I let other people play. So I didn't stream. It wasn't my time to stream. But like that happened. That was really cool. But obviously, like there was 4 teams I played with, and it was a lot of fun. This is like, it's like the Mars bars. Hello, happy New Year, Mars bars. I might so fun fact, Mars bars. If I remember, there was a certain Smash player that told me that an event's happening tomorrow. I may or may not pull up. Just letting you. I may or may not pull up, you know, and I may or may not ask you to drink with me, you know. Yeah. Oh, good heavens. I still want to try and get into a tournament. I just don't know how, nor do I think of myself as good enough. So, here's the thing with tournaments, right? Anyone that runs a tournament, if they care about the tournament, right? If they care about building a scene, they're going to love new people. No matter how bad they are, they love new people. Because that means that there's more people that are coming to, you know, try out something. Obviously, it may be a one-time thing. You could try a tournament, you may not like it, and that kind of thing happens. But, like, you could also just enjoy it. And then if you enjoy it and you become a regular, that means that they now have one extra person that they always get to see every time they're in a tournament, you know? I think that's the big thing about events. Actually, so skill issue. Listen, Mars Bars right here, my goat, my hero. He runs events as well. He may not run like events like I do, where I run more of like a higher end FGC events from time to time, because that's all I do now. I don't really run like small events, unfortunately, because I just don't have the time to. I would love to. It's just unfortunately I don't have time. But Mars Bars over here runs events, and he's actually like goated with these events, and it's just like, yeah, you know, there's a lot of things that happen, and it's always really interesting to see. And I think what I'd say, I hope he agrees. We love new people. New people that show up to events are always really fun, because yeah, it may be a one-time thing, but like, it's always seeing people that come to these things to try out, right? We try a lot of times event organizers, a lot of tournament organizers, a lot of event managers will always try and see how many people can come to events, and if they run like local weekly events, monthly events, things like that, and you run it long enough, you're always going to recognize the type of people that show up, right? You're going to recognize who shows up, when they show up, how often do they show up, things like that. And when you see new people, you always can tell, oh, that's a new face, I haven't seen that. Hello, how are you? I hope you enjoy the event, things like that. And you know, it's always cool to them, because like if you try it out and you like it, right? then you start showing up more. You start showing up more. You may bring a friend or two, and if they like it, they start showing up, and you always like, yeah. And it's crazy. Like it's always the best to do people. So I think even though you may not think yourself is good enough, just go. Be honest. I'll be honest. Just go. There's a lot of people. What game do you plan to play? That's the real thing. Because obviously, like, if you want to say Marvel Rivals, I'm gonna let you know right now, the esports teams in Marvel Rivals kind of suck. Because it doesn't. There's nothing to promote it. There's no promotion of it. It just is there. There might have small events, but it's also a team event too, which is even worse because you have to have a team. But like if you're talking about like fighting games, Smash, platform fighters, traditional fighters, 3D fighters, all that kind of stuff. Like if you want to try like in your 1v1s and stuff, like just go try it out. Even online events, people will always love seeing. If an event organizer doesn't love seeing new people, they're not a good event organizer. I'm gonna let you know that right now. If they don't enjoy newer people coming in to try out something, they're not good event organizers. Because at the end of the day, they're not there to run an event. They're there to steal money from people. Because like, oh, we're making an event. No, they aren't. They're not trying to do it for the better of the scene or to, you know, make sure people enjoy something. They just want your money. That's kind of it. But like, yeah, I used to play 2xKO, but I haven't played that in a bit. I think 2xKO, actually, obviously, that's a really hard one because I'm gonna let you know right now, the only, like, weekly tournament that I could think of is Thursday nights for TNS. And, unfortunately, that's a rough one because a lot of people are just good. That was a game designed in mind for people that enjoy fighting games. If you are brand new and you enter, like, yes, it has an easy like entry barrier because there's no direction. There's only directional inputs. There's no like quarter circles. There's no Z inputs. There's no pretzel motion. There's no weird fucking 6-2-3 type shit where you have to look at the numpad notation. That's just like you press forward, you press heavy. Oh my god, you did a move. Yo, you're sick. But like, yeah, there's always just that. And it's like, it's that. I just don't want to hold anyone back, to be honest. Mario is currently my fighting game. So like, I think holding you back, you gotta keep in mind that when you make these events, when you try to go for these events, obviously you don't want to hold people back. But like, that's where you just kind of, you make a group of friends who want to compete, but also understand the goal behind competition, because obviously you're not gonna go to an event with the objective to lose. You're gonna go to win, right? But the difference between a lot of people is there's a lot of people that go to events, their objective is to win, but they're gonna have fun, right? I think no matter what, in every event I've entered for Marvel Rivals with these three plus Finn's GG no damage team, I've gone to each event with the intent to win. But I also entered these events with the intent to have fun, right? I think the closest I've ever had to winning, obviously, was the first team I did, because we were goated. But also, like, I think that one was, I think we understood what we had to do to win. And obviously, I think we had the skills to do it. But we also knew that the game was for fun, right? If we're winning but we're not enjoying the win, it's kind of, you know, not worth it, right? Obviously, like, the prize pool of money was cool and all, but like, we were having a lot of fun. Like, I think the reason we were doing so is because we also enjoyed playing the game. A lot of people that compete in Marvel Rivals compete in it because they're like, oh, I'm good at the game, but they don't have fun playing the game. They just compete because they think they're good. It's like, I feel like when you play games for competition, you have to remember that games are made for fun. Obviously, you're gonna have the competitive aspect of it. There's always gonna be a ranking ladder, online ranking, online whatever, right? For a lot of fighting games, a lot of you know, like you have the elo system for League, you have the rank system for Rivals, even Overwatch rank system, right? But like, the people that enjoy the game the most are the ones that want to win while having fun. If you're not having fun and all you care about is winning, I mean, sure, you could enter a tournament. Sure, you could do that. But like, when you lose, it's gonna hurt that much more. Like, it's it's a very like thin line because you could do really well in an event. Like I think here, right here. So 19 IOG, I'll give. Sorry, Kaide. I'm gonna give you. I'll make you the example. All right. Sorry, Kaide. You're the greatest. But I will give. So I had the most fun playing in the first one, VTuber Rivals. First one with bunch of our teammates. That one we won a lot. I'm gonna be honest. We won almost everything, and we had a lot of fun doing it. The second one with 19 IOG. I'll be honest. Unfortunately, I kind of had the least amount of fun because a lot of the people on that team were there to win, and it was really hard because when we played, every time we lost, it felt bad. It wasn't like we're still. It wasn't necessarily that we weren't trying to have fun. It was just like it really felt. I for some reason I felt exceptionally worse losing in this team than with any other time I was playing because like. When we were playing and we were playing to win, I just felt like the team just they didn't want to enjoy the game. They just wanted to beat. They played to win against other people. They didn't play to enjoy the game, enjoy the aspect of why competition is fun, you know? And I think that was like the disconnect I had with the team, which is why I don't think we did that well. It kind of sucked, but like I did like the team, and like two of them, like Kaide and Thick, were my friends. And I did like playing with them, but it felt bad. It didn't feel good. It didn't feel good winning. It didn't feel good losing. Or I guess it felt worse losing, you know? And then there was Finns' team. That was for a charity event. And it was funny because we got some funny clips on there. So that one was like we were losing because obviously like I think that one was like the ranks, like it didn't care what kind of ranks you had. And all the money was for charity, right? No one's winning any money and stuff. So a lot of us were just kind of messing around and having fun. We didn't win that much, but we had a lot of fun doing it. I think that was a lot of really fun, and that was like the stark difference of like, you know, obviously if we win, obviously we're playing to win. We're playing to win, but we're also having fun with it. Who the Hi, Ika. Welcome in. My ears hurt. Thank you. I hope your birthday went well. Man, fuck. But like, there's that. Okay, let me continue, and then I can talk. Now I can talk about the last team I went. So, let me grab this one. Let me put this up all the way. So let's talk about this team. Boom. VTuber Rivals 3 with Tori's team. Right? Team unsponsored. This was a very unique team I joined because I think this is the first time I joined a team where everybody I was the odd one out. So everybody here knew each other IRL. This is a team of all friends, and it was really cool. And I was the odd person, right? I think now I'd like to believe I'm friends with them. Hopefully they think the same, but like this was a very interesting thing because obviously we played to win, but we actually never scrimmed. We never actually went for a scrim. Our practice was going into quick play and messing around and having fun. And funny enough, because of that, we actually our synergy actually went really well because we started enjoying playing with each other with everything. Obviously ranking and stuff was like a pain, but like we enjoyed the game, we enjoyed playing. So when we ended up going to compete for the third VTuber Rivals, we didn't do as well, but we did make an upset. We did make actually a pretty big upset in how like our games went, because we beat somebody who got, I think we were like third in our pool, and it was kind of hard, so we started losers right away. But we beat someone who actually got first in their pool. And it was like, so it was actually like a really rough game, and it was like we looked at it, I was like, oh my gosh, we won. Whoa, we're that's actually really cool. So we had a lot of fun. And now like, even though we obviously now we're all casually playing and stuff, or playing other games and everything, I think this was like one of the times where I understood what having fun while, you know, obviously we're playing to win, but like what having like, make sure you enjoy the time you spend in the competition, that kind of thing, you know. But like that was the 4 events I played for Marvel Rivals. outside of there, it was like, yeah, cool. There you go, move me back. I will move me back here. There you go. But yeah, that was cool. So yeah, I had my debut. I had Marvel Rivals. The games I played is fun. It's like, what? It did, and I just finished setting up newest PC, and I hate Windows 11. I still run Windows 10. I refused. I refused to go to Windows 11. I hate Windows 11. Windows 11 is so stupid. It's so dumb. Like when I was first telling me to upgrade, I was like, "Hey, try out this Windows 11." So I tried it out. So I'm weird, right? My taskbar and everything is on the left. If I go and so everything's on the left. When I open up my web browser, my tabs aren't up above. My tabs are all on the left side. When I do a lot of things are weird. I just taskbar's better on the left. I like it on the left because the way I have it set up is so nice. Like if I let me do this. Let me go to here. Watch this. Right? Ignore the sound. Sorry, it's very loud. But like, if I go to display capture, right? Boom. Set display. If I go to here onto my primary monitor, if I like, you could see all my shit's on the left. If I close this down, you could tell like all this is at the left side. Right? So sorry, you see everything. But like I don't like having this at the you see my mouse. So I don't like having this at the bottom. It feels weird. I have it on the left. If I open up my web browser, right? New window, and I open this up and I move it over to here, right? And yeah, look here. My taskbar is even at the left too. So whenever I'm using this thing, I boom, all my taskbars are here. So if I go on to like Twitter or something, right? Like boom, all my stuff is all here. Like it's a lot from there, and that's how I have it set up. And let me close this and let me exit all. Let me remove this display capture, delete. Yes, but like yeah, that essentially is my capture. It's like I didn't like Windows 10 because you couldn't do that. Happy 2025. Happy 2025. Yippee. But I'm so sorry you have to deal with Windows 11. I hate Windows 11. It's so stupid. Windows 11 is dumb. Yeah, the fact that it's not at the corner either is so like I can't put it to the left. It's gonna be in the center, which is so odd. Like I just my explanation. I hate Windows 11. I hate it a lot. I don't want to go back ever. I don't want to go forward. I like what I did here. But like, yeah. Oh my god, wait, yeah, for games, I just reminded you, I was talking about games, and for games, right, so I was talking about, like, you know, how I enjoyed the games and everything. I got to play One Step from Eden again, a game that came out in 2020, and I got to play Marvel 3 a lot more, a game that came out in 2011. And funny enough, those two streams of games, Marvel 3, well, aside from Marvel Rivals, right? Marvel 3 and One Step from Eden is where I've gotten the, I guess, if I look at viewer counts, it's where I had the most, like, consistent people watching me. Which is, honestly, I mean, I think that was, like, my pride and joy, is that I got the most consistent people watching watching old games that I enjoy, you know? I think it's very weird having that, but like it's really fun. Like whenever I play One Step from Eden, I'm always getting the same group of people, and it's a lot more than I'm used to. Because so you want to talk about numbers? I think numbers are dumb. I think metrics are stupid. I don't ever look at them too much, but I think when people talk about like, oh, your viewer count is like very small, like people gotta understand, if you have 4 viewers, right, 3 4 2 3 4 viewers, think like this: you are playing something. Now imagine in that room are 2, 3, 4 consistent people just watching you, enjoying what you do. I think that is the like coolest thing whenever it comes to streaming. That's why I don't care how many people. If I just always have that one person that, you know, watches me all the time, that's all I need, right? And my One Step from Eden, my Marvel 3 is where I've seen the most, where I've had like up to 10 people just kind of watching me at the same time consistently for like hours, and it's like it's kind of weird, you know? It's kind of weird, it's kind of cool. And I like that a lot. And I think that's like the nicest thing I've ever seen, cuz like I haven't ever really done that. It's like, whoa. Why are you watching a 5-year-old game? Why are you watching a almost 15-year-old game? Like, what do you mean you want to watch me play that? Like, I think that was really sick, you know? So I had a lot of fun doing that, and I think being able to play those games and like have people be interested in playing it, have people buy the game and play it. I had people like Salish here has told me that they have gotten one step from Eden and is trying it out. And you also have those two modders. Yeah. I am like the showcaser for the mods or One Step from Eden now, where I'll showcase all the new mods. I'll showcase what cool they are, how broken they are, I guess. And it's fun. It's really fun. I enjoy it a lot. But like I think it's sick, you know. This is the first I've ever seen people enjoy my content, and a lot of them enjoy my content, and especially enjoy content of older games, because no matter what, I'm gonna be honest, my highest numbered viewer count stream, no matter what, my highest one was Marvel Rivals. At the end of the day, it was Marvel Rivals. Obviously, that's because, you know, hot game. That was the one that was like early in the year. That was the most I've ever had people watching, where I think I got up to like 20 people like kind of watching me play. And it's like it's cool, you know? It's cool and everything, and it's like the thing. But like I think I had a lot more enjoyment playing the older games and having people see what I enjoy, right? Because I think it's no surprise to everyone that watches me that I like Marvel 3. I am a fighting game person, and I grew up with Marvel 3. Yes, I grew up with Tekken. I don't compete in Tekken. I'm not too fond of Tekken 8, I'll be honest. Tekken 8's cool. I don't really like playing it too much. And like Skullgirls, unfortunately, there's not too much happening for Skullgirls. I'll get to those points where I'll go to like events and I'll see Skullgirls. I'm like, oh my god, I love that game, and I'll get my fight stick and I'll start playing with them and I start enjoying the game and stuff. But like, when it comes down to it, like, my pride and joy for fighting games is Marvel 3. I love Marvel 3. It's the only game where I could pick random all, and I probably can do a combo with every character. Like, despite how many of them play differently, I probably can do a combo with most characters, with maybe the exception being like MODOK. Cheater. I don't play a cheater box, actually. I don't play a cheater box. I don't have a hit pad. I have a fight stick. That isn't the cheater box. Actually is the one that uses like the buttons for the up, down, left, right. I don't have a cheater box. I get to make that joke to other people who has a cheater box. But like, yeah. Marvel 3 is my pride and joy. I really also love One Step from Eden. It was my favorite game during COVID. I played it a lot, and it was like, I think I spent, if I go open my Steam right now, right? If I go to my Steam and I look and I see in the library and I click on One Step from Eden, it's one of the few games where, like, obviously the game, you don't play the game a lot, but I have well over like 50 hours on that game. And like, for everyone that watches, right, you could tell that game is very like, once you finish the game, there's not that much. It's a very much a, you finish it, it's kind of cool. Okay, yeah, sure. Like, and the fact that I haven't even unlocked everything, I just played it that much. Like, it's a really fun game. Okay, never mind. Everything I took from our Rose tournament the states are low level. I see you need Celestial 3 minimum. My peak was Cold 1. Yeah, it's rough. Hi, Yura, hello. Lies? I'm not lying. I have a fight stick, not a hitbox. What's cheater pad? A hit pad? No, it's a hitbox. So, everyone knows what a fight stick is. Everyone knows what a controller is, right? A pad controller. Everyone knows what, you know, the PS5, the Xbox controller looks like. Everyone knows what a fight stick looks like. A cheater box is a hitbox. And a hitbox is where, instead of you having the joystick, it's replaced with 4 buttons for up, down, left, and right. And that is essentially it. Yeah. I told my friend, Mars Bars, if you're still here, you're so lucky. Mr. Alex Soto over here has texted me, do I want to go to Guild tomorrow? So there might, you know, there is a chance. There is a chance. I'm letting Mr. Alex Soto know. I have those and I'm using it. So you have the cheater box. I'm joking. I think no matter what, there's a lot of things you could do with the cheater box that you can't do with the fight stick, right? Because they're all button based and everything. But like, at the end of the day, it's a preference thing. If you want to use it, go ahead. I personally can't. I don't like having buttons on my left hand. I like holding something with my left hand, so I'll play with a fight stick all day, any day. I'll play with a controller all day, any day, because I am weird. I use the analog controller when I do combos. I don't use the D-pad. But, like, there's that, and it's yeah. But, back to the scale issue. You're talking about ID selection. Yeah, no. Marvel Rivals tournaments are fucked. Because there's so much, like, happening, and it's like, okay, cool. There's a lot of, like, issues with it. A lot of time, like, when I say I think I'm good at the game, I genuinely, I think Marvel Rivals for me, specifically, this is the first time, and I've talked with this with Vega a lot, my friend, my mod, I've talked about it a lot, and genuinely, this is the first game I think I can say, I think I'm pretty good at the game. Like, I may not have ever gotten Celestial, right, but I think I'm actually, like, I may not be mechanically gifted, because I'm old, I don't have reaction time, I'm not great, but I understand the game very much so to where, like, I really do believe I think I'm good at the game. I think it's like the one time I can say I'm good at the game. I've hit, like, yeah, people talk about, like, oh, Grandmaster's so easy to get, but, like, it's cool. Oh, hello, Asota, welcome in. Mr. Alex Soto, hello, welcome, hi. My issue is I'm stuck dealing with solo rank. So the thing is, like, I solo rank and I hate it, but that's the thing. Me and Vega, like 90% of the time, we are duo ranking, because I think the game, at the end of the day, it's a team game. Yes, you can solo rank to Celestial. Yes, you could be like, oh, I'm the great. I solo rank to Eternity. I am the coolest, right? At the end of the day, it's a team game. It's a team game event. It's a team-based game, not a team game. It's a team-based game, and ranks at the end of the day doesn't matter in tournaments, aside from whether you are, I guess it tells you, the most it tells you is how mechanically or how macro skilled you are, right? Wow, solo queue. Woo, solo queue. I hate solo queue. It's so stupid. As a league solo queuer, yeah, I hate it. I hate it, but I do it anyway. But like, it is a thing, you know. It's fun. It's a great time, but like like I think there's a lot of things you could do with team. Like, for example, right? I'm gonna bring it back to my first team, but start with teammates. I'm gonna let you know right now, a lot of us weren't even like diamond when we first started. A lot of us were plat or gold, right? There were only 2 people that were Celestial / Eternity, and that was Fade and Radish. The rest of us started gold, plat, right? And despite that, for people that weren't here when that whole era happened of good competition for V2 Rivals, we didn't lose a single game. We were the only team out of every single team in the entire 128 team tourney to have not lost. The only game we lost was our very first scrim, where we lost 1-2, right? We actually played 3 games and we lost 1-2. It was our very first scrim. If you look back at, obviously I streamed our scrims, if you look back at what happened, we never lost after that. And we were playing against people who were you know, a bunch of Celestials, a bunch of Grandmasters. We had like 3 people probably in Diamond. Me, but Rika, we were Diamond. I was barely Grandmaster. I was dropping out, dropping back in. You know, I was like that. DJ was GM1. You had Radius at Celestial. You had Fade going back to Eternity. Like, it was, you know. And the fact that we still won, like, it's at the end of the day, the game is a team-based game. And so if you play with people and you rank up with like a group of people, like a 4 stack, a 6 stack, a 2 stack, 3 stack, whatever, like, you can climb. You can climb. Rank means shit. And if you want to do that for tournaments, rank definitely means shit in tournaments. It's only the only reason people say they want Celestial minimum or something is because usually at that rank is when you get the people. They may be mechanically sealed, but you get the people that also understand how the game works. Unfortunately, when you are in metal rank, so up until diamond, maybe even like diamond 1, right? You're gonna deal with people who think they understand how the game works because they're like, oh, I win, so I should know. But it's like people don't understand what the meta is. People don't understand what a meta is. People don't understand what are strong characters and why they're strong. They'll just see someone regurgitate a list on YouTube by like a content creator to be like, I believe in it because they said so, but they won't understand why the reasoning behind it is that. I solo queued from Bronze 3 to Plat 1 on my own and needed the carry to Diamond. I mean, yeah, but like, you got the Plat on your own. It's just never feel bad in Marvel Rivals about ranking with people because it's like, the game is a team-based game. You're meant to play with stack with friends, play with them, rank with them, and go up and down together, that kind of thing. Winning does not equal knowledge. Yes, winning does not equal knowledge. Knowledge is definitely a thing. Like, I think Fade was our highest ranked player on our team, right? But in terms of, I think Radish was our most knowledgeable player, despite always being under Fade in terms of ranking. Like literally the ranking ladder, like that in the game. And like, knowledge is always, it's like, people gotta understand that when you have the knowledge of what to do, unfortunately, if you are just not as mechanically gifted, yeah, you'll probably end up being a caveat on how high you could get, right? But if you have the knowledge, like, then the practice just comes with, like, the skills come with eventually. If you have the knowledge of how the game works, you just gotta practice till you get it, because you know what to do. You just have to make sure that you can do it. That's it. As long as you know what to do, you could try to implement that into it. Obviously, if you play a solo queue, it's gonna be rough because you're playing with 5 people that probably don't know as well as you. But like, I think the biggest thing is like I remember watching that I kept retained because it was in the old Overwatch days, right? When the Overwatch ranking, when there was still SR. For those who remember SR, at the end of any game, yes, you may have people who aren't as good as you. However, you can control your own actions. You can control what you can do. If you have done everything humanly possible it takes to win and you still lose, sucks, right? But that is the life of solo queue rank. If you lose and you don't do everything you can do, no matter what happened, you cannot blame other people because you didn't play to your best. So like, every game, as long as you play to your best and you're playing to win and you're playing like your absolute best you can do every single game, you are bound to rank up. That's just it. That's quite literally all it is. You are bound to rank up because I think if you watch Flats, I think he explains it very well in Marvel Rivals specifically. If say everyone has a chance of being a thrower. If you play as best you can, you have 5 chances on your team to have a thrower, while the enemy team has 6 chances. Which means statistically, on average, you should be winning more than you should be losing. If you lose considerably in solo queue, you may want to also look and see how you're playing, because if you're not, if you're not there having deathless games and having the most eliminations or the most or the most like actions towards like winning the game, it's like, yeah, maybe you might be the one reason you're losing, that kind of thing. I don't want to talk about a person throwing a Hatsu match. I mean, that's nature of the game. At the end of the day, rank is just a number. There are people that actually take that too hard and don't care about winning or losing. They just play because like, oh yeah, it's just a free to play game. Who cares? And you're gonna have those people. What matters is how you bounce back from that. If you're gonna start tilting and you're gonna start throwing because of that, then you are no better than the person who is playing not to win in a rank setting. And that's like the big thing. And like I say this because it also applies to fighting games for a lot of people. There, like, I'll let you know right now, there are people that play fighting games, that play Smash, that play Rivals of Aether, who play without the intention to win, and then they lose, and then they start blaming other things because they're not looking at their own gameplay. They're not looking at why they're losing. Because there are people that will play the game that will constantly try to think, oh, I'm better than this person, and then they lose, and then they'll start thinking, man, this is so unfair. Why the fuck am I losing? When they don't realize why they're losing because it's because of how they're playing. That kind of thing. It's all drives back to, just play your best. If you lose, so be it. But on average, you should be winning more. If you keep playing your best every game, whether it's solo queue, dual queue, or whatever, right? You should win more. You should be ranking up. In theory, you should be ranking up. You're gonna have those days, right? Where you're gonna have bad days, where you start losing, and you start losing, and you keep losing, and you keep losing, and you keep losing, and like, then I think that's the point where you gotta realize: do you want to keep going, or do you want to mentally reset and go for the next day? Because I've had that where I keep going and I keep going, and then you'll see me from like Diamond 2 drop down to like Plat 3. And then you'll see me go from like Plat 3 back up to Diamond 2. There's a lot when it comes to that, and it is that. A dude started throwing, then proceeded to, when you notice you actually did better without the person, you start just running into the enemies to feed their ults. I mean, if you can't stop that, your best bet is just report him. Report him, move on. Don't say the game is lost. Obviously, still try to win without the person, but like, just do what you can, Do what you gotta do. Play how you gotta play, and just lock in. If you somehow win with the thrower, perfect. You gain more while you could still report the person. If you lose, I mean, just report the person and move on. Unfortunately, you can't control the actions of someone else, especially if they're random. You can't control their actions. You could talk to them. You could tell them like, hey, you guys stop doing that. But if they don't want to listen, like, there's what can you do? It's at the end of the day, it's a game. You shouldn't be overstressed over the game, even if it's ranked. I know ranking is rough. Ranking does take the most out of us and that kind of thing. But like, it is that, The day you're playing for fun. You want to rank up, sure. You're playing to win and you're playing to have fun, but like, just don't over personalize it. That kind of thing. We lost because one of the enemies got ult from killing the dude. Oh, that's funny. That's funny and very unfortunate, but it is what it is. And I think at the end of the day, it's like that. But like, back to what I was talking about, like 2025. Like, I think Marvel Rivals was a big thing, being able to play older games like Once and From Eden and Marvel 3, especially them popping up and being like really big for like, I guess, people that like watching me and stuff. Like, that was really cool. I like that a lot. And I also never like question when people don't watch me, because I know that some people want to watch certain things. If I play like a game and there's not a lot of people, that makes sense. I'm still gonna play it, but that makes sense because I think the one issue I had this year was that I guess from like last year to this year, is I started games and I never really finished them because I ended up playing them off stream. I want to change that. I think so. So let me actually. So I'm gonna go. Let me swap over to here, because I wanna show this. If I go to here and I go to window capture, right, and I go to boom, and I open up, you're gonna see obviously my window. If I go to my drive, if I go to drive, I go to, where is it? Is it the document? You're gonna see a lot of my stuff, so ignore everything you see. Where is I ignore everything else you're seeing, because I'm like, I look at a lot of stuff and I'm just like, okay, where is it? Is it here? It is not here? It's not here. Where is it on my other one? Ignore that. You'll never see that. You never saw that. No. Where is it? Hold up. Hold up. I'm gonna have to look for it because I know. Oh, it's not there. It's not my drive. Oops. It's over here. Pictures. No, documents. There it is. Is it? Where is the? Boom. Haha, I found it. I found it. Okay. Okay. So let me go and remove this. You guys see the silly little browser thing? Let me go exit that. Let me go close. Window capture to boom. No, not that. Which one is this? This one. Okay. Okay, so trust. So we get to here, boom, right? And let's look at the resolutions. I want to get over this because I wanted to like showcase this before. So boom, and let's see what I've cleared this time. I've actually did. So, I would like to say, this was I thought I would never be able to reach this. I was like, oh yeah, sure, I could think about it. I think. Obviously I've said I don't care about numbers, but I think it was really cool seeing, you know, people like my stuff, people wanting to watch my stuff. So this was nice. I think I've had a lot of fun. I was happy about this. So I feel like that was good. That was my. Where's the boom? Okay. Let's see. This I did. Yippee! Did I release solo cover? No. I think it's like. Sorry for derailing. No, don't worry about derailing. Obviously this is me for chatting. I'm just here to talk and stuff. I'm here to yap. You know. It's fun being here. Chill. Reaction are funny, dude. Where's the boom? There is no boom. I don't do this. I don't do After Effects and stuff. I don't know how that works. I'm just like, haha, look at it. Boo, woo, pow. If I'll go in for like a song. Yes. So I never did that. Unfortunately, this one I've never did. I didn't finish it. Sorry, I never did this, and that was unfortunate. Did I put more cosplay content? I did. I don't know if you guys saw earlier on stream. I did do this. This was actually one of my things. I want to do that. The 1.0. So there was actually a time where I may not have actually gotten my 1.0 out because there were like some things that were unable to happen. This was the luckiest I've ever gotten. I got my 1.0, and the joy I had getting that was start a YouTube channel. So I do have my VODs channel. I think if you look under, along with the Discord, along with my Twitch, along with whatever you see, if you look at if I go to here, right, and I go to where? I go to here, I think. Go to my channel. And then I pop in there and I pause the channel because I don't want to hear my voice. If you go to my About section, obviously you have the link for my Blue Sky, you have the link for my Discord, my Twitch, and then my VODs. So I had the VODs, and I think is this the 1.0 or is that from before? No, this is the 1.0. What you see now, right here, this is my 1.0. This is my entire model. This is my personal model of my own. This is my own OC. This is Muel, the futuristic red panda Reploid, and this is like me. This is me, you know? And so that was a big one. Start a YouTube channel. I think I didn't, as much as I have a YouTube channel technically, I've just never posted on it because I have a lot of drafts that I have. So I've uploaded a lot of drafts. I've never actually released any of them because I always have this fear of what if I put something out and you know, something happens and people don't like it, or I get canceled, but like, you know, people just kind of like go and flag my shit or something. I get scared of that. I want to make sure that if I put out a channel, like YouTube channel, I want to have I also want a lot of content. I don't want to be like someone that puts out maybe one thing maybe like every year. So I've been stocking up on stuff. So hopefully that comes out soon. But like in terms of YouTube channel, I don't have one. I have a VODs channel. Technically, that's my YouTube channel, but like that's for VODs for Twitch. That's for like if you miss a stream, hopefully you get to see that. That will be it. There's a couple things I haven't uploaded. Like for example, I think it was last year my birthday stream, because that was over 12 hours, and I learned that VODs can't be 12 hours long. Sorry, also I had no idea on YouTube. I never posted. That's why. There is that, you're not gonna find it. It doesn't exist right now because I never post anything. I have some shorts on there and everything that like I have like locked in and ready to like fire at will, but like I don't ever do anything with it, you know. It's kind of just there. But like yeah, this one I never did, so let me copy paste. And funny enough, finish college. I hate college. I do. And congrats to me. This is the first thing I can ever say that I feel accomplished, you know. I did. For someone that took, I didn't start college right out of high school. I definitely took my break because I was supposed to go to a certain college, and then they halfway through the quarter system they essentially rejected me, and I was basically sent back home. So I didn't go to college for like a year. Went back, started a community college. I technically transferred to like another college after my community college, after I got my associates. Moved on from there to a different one, and I was supposed to finish in like a year and a half, and I was like on track and everything was doing well, it was great. Then COVID hit, stopped going to college again. Okay, went back, and now I'm done. I only will go back if I want to go for a master's. That's kind of it. But like as of right now, I'm done. No more college. No more. I hate college. College is stupid. College is dumb. The fact you have to go and tell people, oh, I have a degree in something, and then you have your degree, and you guess what? People are like, oh, but do you have years of experience working when you just got to? Like, I abhor the college system. It's so stupid because they don't even count for like work experience. They're like, oh, you have a degree, cool. Everybody else. There's people that don't have a degree, but they have 7 years of working in the system itself, and it's like it's like the one thing I look at, and I'm just like, ugh. I think it's dumb. I get why it exists, but it's dumb. So, I think what out of like 4 out of the 6 things, over 50%. I've cleared out a lot, so I think I'm very happy about that. If I go to page break, shift enter. That's not it. Control enter. Boom. Let me copy this actually. Hold on, watch this. Copy. Paste. 2026. Alright, so I want to do this. This is the one thing I want to do. My 2026 resolutions. So, let's talk about this, right? Recently, I've hit, 500 followers on Twitch? And I think that's a big achievement for me. That's half 1,000. And when you think about it, half 1,000, that's half of 1,000 people want notifications from me on when I go live. That's insane. That's crazy. I don't care about other people. I care about that because, like, why do you care about watching me stream? You know, I am just an anomaly on the internet. That's why I'm considering just not going to college. At the same time, more pressure on me to go to college than the ocean has. See, but that's it. So, college is weird. I always tell people, go to college. At least try it out. I think college is good for everyone. I think being able to either have a degree, whether it's an associate's or a bachelor's or a master's or a doctorate's, right? I think that is inseparable of anything you can do. I think everyone needs to at least try out a college, even if it's vocational. Vocational counts as college, in my opinion. Even if it's vocational school, right? You need to, like, you know, at least do that to, like, have the knowledge attained for, like, basic stuff. For example, right? There are a lot of people that don't go to college that can't do simple math. Like, I'm not talking about, like, oh, find the differential equation of of 1/3 e to the x power, right? Like, obviously, like, that's crazy. It's whatever. Just because I'm first station, I can get free college. I mean, yeah, college sure. But like, I think people need to learn how to do basic English. I guess because you live in America, right? If you don't live in America, basic whatever language essentially, whatever language you learn. If you're in like Canada, specifically the east side of Canada, you learn French. You learn Canadian French. Yeah, if you're in Canada and you're learning, and like you're on the east side of Canada, and like your major language is like French, learning French, right? At least you could get around, do stuff from there. But like I think you should at least have a language course. You can learn to speak more naturally, being able to talk to people, being able to do a lot of business talking. Because at the end of the day, you're gonna have to business talking. You want to get a job, business talking. You want to go apply for something, business talking. You want to go talk about setting up events, business talking. Like there's a lot of that people don't know how to do that correctly, and people don't learn it. And I think that's the biggest problem I have with some people. I think that's one reason I tell people to go to college. Other one is math. I think unfortunately math sucks. Yes, but I think you should know what basic math is. You should know PEMDAS or BODMAS, whatever, whichever one it is, right? Or BEDMAS. I think it's BEDMAS or something. Either PEMDAS or BEDMAS, like whatever. You should learn that. At least know how to do things like money wise, right? You should be able to multiply things by percentages. Like say if something is 9%, you should learn what 9% is in decimal, which is 0.09. You should know how to multiply that. If something is 9% more expensive, you should know that means you have to multiply it by 1.09 to get the actual price. Right? I think that, because that's daily life stuff. You're gonna learn that with taxes and everything. Like say if you have a 9% tax on an item, right? And something's $1. People won't realize what that 9% tax will be like. Oh, why is it $1.09? Well, that 9% gets added into your extra dollar. Like, come on. I think that's like the big thing. Yeah, BEDMAS. Okay, BEDMAS. Yeah, so you guys have BEDMAS. Okay, yeah. But like, you suck with English. I mean, that's fine. English is always the thing, but like, that's what I mean. There's that. I think you go to school for like, basic science stuff. You should know what you breathe, right? You should know what kind of air you breathe, things like that. You should know why you can't breathe underwater, like you should know basic stuff like that. I think that's what a lot of people don't have, and I think that's why I just tell people like, hey, just work, at least go to college, at least learn the basic stuff. If by then you still don't want to, you hate college, you don't like it, sure, get a job, like do that kind of thing, right? I think that's always the thing. I know it's probably gonna be working as general labor. I mean, yeah, but like even then, you're working for the city, you need to know some things, right? You need to know how to like prop yourself up and like do things that are what's considered the norm in society, that kind of stuff. So there's a lot of that. But like aside from that, it's like do what you gotta do, but like that's what I mean by college. So like it's always that kind of thing. I just tell people to go to college. Do I like college? No, I hate it. I abhor it. I think it's stupid. I think it's really dumb. As someone that did a degree for engineering, I think it's really dumb. I think I hate it a lot because now I can't even get a job in my thing because apparently I needed more I needed at least 3 years of work experience when I was like, what? I was already working my ass off with this degree and then doing other stuff while still paying off things. Like, what the fuck you mean work experience, right? It's just, and then interns, and you get interns where you need work experience to even get an intern. It's like, it's stupid. College is stupid. College is dumb. Get a job is better. But like I always tell people, just go to college first, try it out. If you may not like it, but like if it does help you, do it. There's a lot of things you are not gonna like, and you're gonna have to do, and that's just how things are. Obviously you could fight against it, but like that's the big thing about that. But I guess 2026 resolutions, as I said, 500. I now this is gonna be 2026 is gonna be the funny because I'm going to less events. I'm probably gonna stream a lot more because I'm going to less events, because now I'm hard working a 9 to 5 and stuff. I'm saying a 9 to 5, but my schedule could like be like 11 to 7 or like 6 to 2, right? It depends on when they want me in work. But like with this in mind, stream every month. I think it was funny because I definitely didn't stream every time in the month. I think I skipped out a majority of like November. I'll be quite honest. There's a lot of times I stream every month. Uh, at least one stream a week. I'm gonna try that out. At least one stream a week. At least one stream every 2 weeks. I realize that if I travel, yeah, every 2 weeks. At least one. I'm gonna try that. We'll see how that goes. I wanna see if I could, you know, go. Did I go month? I almost did. Yeah, I actually almost did. I streamed towards the end of July, and then I went to Evo, and I almost didn't stream the entirety of August until like a week before my birthday, because my birthday is in September. So I almost didn't stream for an entire month. Yeah. At least one. Next year, I want to try at least one stream every 2 weeks. I'm gonna see if I can post. Okay, post more cosplay. I guess I'll give you guys more cosplay posts. Post more cosplay shoots on Twitter. Not cosplay account. Okay. So I'm gonna try that. Hopefully I could try to post at least two. At least two cosplay shoots. So I'll try to give you at least two to show that. But yeah, I said every year take breaks as needed. It has to be a month, and overall your health is more important. I think that's a big thing. But like, I also got lazy. I'm be honest, I was very lazy streaming, and I think I want to change that. I want to be able to stream more and like showcase more things to people. What else do I want to do? I think coming into next year, I want to work on my editing. Work on video editing. So fun fact, I tried learning this back during COVID, and it was cool. I hated it. Because I have friends who actually do video editing stuff. And I was talking with them, and I was telling them, bro, I hate this. How do you do this? And learning it, I understand why it's so annoying. Because, like, you're going to hear your voice a billion times. You're going to have to go back and forth a billion times on learning and, like, putting stuff in to make it look pretty, right? There's a lot of issues, a lot of things that come into video editing that I think people would kind of take for granted. And, like, I want to be able to do it to where, like, I want to be proud of like what I make out, what I put out on there. So it's like, yeah, there's like that. It's good to have lazy days. Yeah, it's true, but like, yo, I also don't want. I want to make sure that when I'm having a lazy day, it's for a reason, right? I don't want to be lazy for the sake of being lazy. I want to be lazy. I don't want to go and be like, oh, but I just don't want to do anything, and like have that be a reason. I want to be lazy. Like, say I've been working a lot. I want to have a lazy day because I worked a lot. I want to have a lazy day because I am tired and I want to rest because I've done so much. Like, I feel like that's when I want to have a lazy day. I don't want to have a lazy day when I didn't, say if I didn't do anything for a week and I'm like, I don't want to do that. I'm lazy. Like, no, I don't want that. You know, I want to kind of change that. I think I want to work on video editing. Post at least one short edit and one long edit. So with that, release a YouTube video, YouTube short and YouTube video. I want to I'm gonna release a short, I'm gonna release a video. That's what I want to do. So there is that. That's the big one I want to do. So that's like the one thing I need to do there. If I can't, I can't. If I can, I can. Well, we'll see. That I want to try this. By the end of 2026, I want to do that. And if I can't do it, shit. If I can, cool. I want to change the name of this. Oh, okay. I can't change it. Aside from that, what else could I do? I'm at 500 this time. I'm make it a very small goal, so officially I'm at 524 for followers on Twitch. I'll make it a very small goal. I don't like putting a goal of like I want to reach 1,000 by the end of next year because I feel like that's such a like impossible thing to do for me, and for how infrequent and how much I'd because I see a lot of people that do like that like like all my friends that are bigger than me. It's because they put out content, because they have a lot of people, because they have that dedicated fan base. I think for me, like I like being small. I like having very few people. Yeah, that means chat isn't gonna go crazy. That means I'm probably gonna have a lot of days where I'm streaming to the void, where I'm talking to myself, and maybe I'll have one or two people watching me. But I like having that sense of like if people are here for me, if they're gonna watch me, they're gonna watch me. That kind of thing. I don't like having like big number of people watching me, but like it's like a lot of them aren't there. I like having that sense of like people are there to watch me and they're trying to engage with me. I think that's really fun, and I enjoy it a lot, that kind of thing. So I think in terms of it, I'll try this 650. It's not a lot. At most it's like 100 new followers, right? Which is it's obviously, I feel like people, a lot of you just don't realize that happens over time, and that the more consistent, the more you post out stuff, the more it will happen. But like I think that'll be it. 650 on Twitch. I think if I get there, cool. If I don't, that's fine. I don't mind. Even then, like when I went back to here, right, the 400, that was doubling my number. That was going from 200, and I'm now up like this much in 1 year. It's crazy. I think that's kind of insane. I think that's a lot of people. Like, why are you guys all here? That kind of thing. I think that's fine. I think that'll be the mini goal I have, and I think that's okay. That's okay. That, for me, that's a big goal, because I really don't know how long I could like keep being entertaining to everyone, that kind of thing. I stream for the sake of it. I'm just like, yeah, I'll do that. Yippee! There's that. I want to collab with people more. At least 2 collabs this year. I make the collab. I think there's a lot of times where I want to do a collab. I really do, and I want to do it where I'm the one initiating the collab. I don't want to do it where there's not exactly people. It's like, yeah, I want to be able to do that. I think that'll be it. And like, yeah, I think that might be it, actually. Oh yeah, wait, hold up. Actually do a cover. Like please release one. You keep saying this and never doing it. This will be the silly thing. Yep, because even then I never. Even then I didn't do it. Even then I didn't do it. Even then I didn't do it. It's crazy. So like it's a lot. Yeah, keep actually doing it. Like, so I'll this will be, I think this is the list. 7 items. 7 items, yeah. I think this will be it. This will be the last thing I will do. Yeah, there's some things I want to do over the year. I just want to see if I could get this to work for streaming wise, then I'll be happy, Obviously I'm not big at any kind. I'm very glad that I have consistent people that pop in every so often, faces I recognize, faces that lurk. I'm totally fine with that. I'm just glad that people are here. At the end of the day, I call this a hobby, but like I do enjoy, obviously, serotonin, seeing the number rise up and stuff, that kind of thing. But yeah, that's kind of it. And there isn't really much in there. I think, yeah, that is the end of this stream. That's all I really want to do. I just want to yap, to talk. There wasn't too much from here. But yeah, aside from that, that will be the end of the stream. And well, yeah. I'm glad I got to do all this. I'm glad that there are a bunch of you guys that like watching me. I'm glad that I'm here. There's a lot of things that have happened throughout my years, I guess, and being in this spot is very fun. It's very interesting, So I hope that next time I see you guys, it'll be next year. So, and my first stream back is obviously gonna be, it's gonna be One Step from Eden. Yeah, I'm gonna make it One Step from Eden. I love the game a lot, and I want to do it more. And yeah, that's kind of it on my end. And yeah, I hope that everyone has a wonderful New Year's. I hope that this year, if it didn't treat you well, I hope next year treats you well. At least better than this year, you know? If you did have a good year, I hope that you also have a good year next year. If your year was so-so, I hope that you could have some time to change for the better for when the new year comes in. Either way, I'm putting my jacket back on. No, jacket, yeah. Either way, thank you guys for joining me this year. Thank you for all the memories. Thank you for everything that you have done. I really do appreciate everyone that shows up, everyone that comes in, and everything. It's really cool. And yeah, if you guys are still here by the time I come in for next year, I hope that everything goes well. But aside from that, I think that will be it for me. No raid tonight. This is just a short stream of me saying hi. I want to go say hi to people. I want to make sure people see before I hop off. But aside from that, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for everything. I hope that you all have a wonderful New Year's. And I hope that I get to see you guys in the new year when I come back. New year, new me. Well, it's gonna be the new year, same me. Well, a lot more fun times, you know. All right, and that will be it for me. Whether it is the morning, afternoon, or evening, I hope that you behind the screen, are having a wonderful time zone. I'm UL. I am your futuristic Red Panda Reploid, and Happy New Year, everybody. I'll see y'all next year, alright? Bye! That's it. See y'all.